Hi, I'm Day and I'm going to be your host for today's episode of We Speak First! So, what is We Speak First? It's a podcast we are making for English class. We are preparing our FCE exam, so this is a task to do. So yeah, I'm here with two very special guests,
Celine
and
Ignacio.
And we are going to discuss a little about lifestyles. So, first question. How do you feel about your lifestyle?
What do you think, Nacho?
I think my actual lifestyle is a little bit too messy
Why?
because I think I don't put the necessary effort in things. I don't put the
Like in high school.
yeah. I could do things better. I think,
Yeah,
but
I think the same of my lifestyle too.
yeah, me too.
Like you feel that you're not as productive
yeah.
as you.
As you could, yeah.
And what else?
Yeah, I think I have a very common lifestyle, but yeah, that's it. And your lifestyle, how it's
Yeah, my lifestyle is. I consider it that it's similar as, for example, both of us, and I don't think it's too different and too special. I think it is like a Western lifestyle, like in other cultures of, for example, South America. Well, I don't think South America because, for example, in Brazil the lifestyle is quite different, but in United States or in Argentina is like the
Very
same.
similar.
Yeah. I think that.
Yeah, do you guys live with your parents or with someone else or?
Yeah, I live with both of my parents and I have a little brother.
yeah.
What about you?
I live with both of my parents, and I have a oldest brother.
And you, Daira?
Yeah, I live with my mom and my cat. So yeah, I was going to say that I believe I have a pretty common lifestyle too, but I have filled my routine with my interests. So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, I'm actually really happy about my actual
Also,
lifestyle.
I think I have a lot of free time that I don't know what to do with.
Ooh,
That's my problem. I don't
don't
have free time.
Yeah, me neither.
I have a lot.
Of things to do, but sometimes I don't do it because I want to have free time, but sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
want to rest a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not a good thing. For example, I don't know, don't go into the gym because you want to
Have free
time
Yeah.
and do things on your phone and don't do productive things.
Yeah. If you could change something about your lifestyle, what would you change?
Yeah, I will change, for example, trying new cultures or new food to try. Yeah, maybe that. Look for new things.
What about you?
Like I said before, I think I'm not putting the best effort of myself in things, so
Yeah.
that's one thing I would change. And I also agree with what Cecilia says.
And you will do like other things in your
Yeah, I like
free
to
time.
try. I did a lot of sports in my past.
And you would like to try a new one, or
Maybe go back to doing
Yeah.
more sports?
Not necessarily.
another thing. You can try music or
Maybe. Yeah.
If you move to another country, what would you miss most about Uruguay?
the gastronomy. Obviously, I think.
Yes.
Food, yes.
Like Uruguayan and Argentinian food are like the best.
Yes, because it's the food that all my childhood.
Yeah, we grew up with our food
and our culture.
yeah, and it's also really influenced by Spanish and Italian food. So it's a great mix of
Both.
food. Yeah.
Yes, but if you, I don't know, you move to some place in Asia, for example, Japan, the gastronomy changed a lot,
Yeah.
Well,
and the culture too.
like you said, like gastronomy is part of the culture of a country.
Yeah,
so
obviously.
something I will miss a lot is going to be culture of
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Well-
yes,
Also, I will miss my friends, family, and etc.
yeah, obviously. But some people that move to another country have their families on
Yeah,
that cool.
But for example, all my family is in Uruguay.
Yeah.
My too.
And I would miss the peacefulness of Uruguay.
Yeah.
Like, we are very peaceful people.
It's
so
a very quiet country.
Yeah.
a chill one.
yeah. So that's what I think I would miss most.
Well, like if you look Uruguay from outside, it's a very friendly country. Also,
Yeah. We have a public health care system. We have really like good education. Like we have the basic services
Yeah.
covered, and it's a really good thing. We are really good in
Yeah, in
yeah.
In legal in area too.
Yeah.
Yes, for example, in South America, for example, the education or the health is not as good as here in Uruguay.
Yes. So we are living in a pretty good country.
Yeah.
What do you think are the most common reasons for people to move to another country?
Yeah, I think for job opportunities, like here in Europe, for example, young people is the most common to move to another country here in Uruguay. And I think that they want to move in part for job opportunities and economic opportunities, but maybe too to try new things and new cultures.
Yeah. What do you
also, when a country is going through a bad moment, like you want to move outside the country, like if you lived in Venezuela, when
Yes.
all the money falls and the
Yeah,
all
it's
the
not
things that
a good
happen,
place to live.
like you want to move to another country with better opportunities and better lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do agree with both of you in that thing. So
Yes.
if you could move to any country in the world, which country would you move to?
That's a hard question for
Yeah.
me.
I think that I won't leave Uruguay because I don't know. I love living here, and I think it's for now like it's a good country with good rights and lovely people, and I think that I have a really cute life here. Like I don't know.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
like we are one of the best country of South America. I think, like, I would like to stay also, but maybe if I had to move to United States, or I would like Canada.
Do you like Canada?
Yeah, I like Canada. I like cold, and
I would love to move to any Nordic country like North Europe. So I would love to move to Europe as a film student. I believe it would be awesome for my future career, maybe.
Yeah, here in Uruguay it's not
Not
that
very
easy.
good.
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's not easy. But it would be awesome to have the experience of living in another country for a long period of time. So yeah.
maybe like you can live there for a couple of years and
Then go back.
came back to Uruguay.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I will move to Spain because I have family there and I love the gastronomy and the lifestyle there.
Yeah, or maybe a country with a total totally different culture, like an Asian country, to try new things.
Yeah, that would be very
Really cool.
Yes.
But I would be kind of afraid to.
Yeah, me
Maybe.
too. For the language,
Yeah.
especially.
Yes. So I think that's about it for today. How do you guys feel with our podcast?
So first of all, thank you for having us today. And
You're welcome.
this was a very nice new experience for me.
Yeah, I think it was very fun and very interesting questions.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Day, and I'm going to be your host for today's episode of We Speak First! This is episode 2, and we are going to talk about work and education with my very special friends and guests.
Ivanna and Julie.
Yeah, so how are you guys doing?
Good. Fine.
I have a couple questions for you to discuss and stuff, so let's start, shall we?
Yes.
What do you think about people who work to live and or live to work? Which do you think is the best?
I think people who live to work should be passionate about their jobs to maybe have a healthy lifestyle. But I imagine these people like obsessed with their work
yeah.
and forgetting about family, friends, and personal care.
Yeah.
I think I don't like neither of them. I think you should have time for yourself, time to just spend alone. And if you work to live, maybe you don't even like your job. And if you live to work, that's just like being in a prison all the time, where
Yeah.
you are basically killing yourself.
Well,
For me, it's better to work to live, because I'm not agree at all with that. Because work to live is like you don't like your job, you don't enjoy what you do,
You just
so
do it
it's
because-
they're extremes. Like
Yeah.
there's not a middle.
Yeah.
Like
I
Like-
don't agree with either of them, so I agree with both of you.
You should like your job and have time for yourself
Yes.
and have time to live.
there is a balance.
Yeah, there
between
yes, absolutely.
yes.
What do you think about the pressure put onto teenagers to decide about their future work life? Who would like to start?
We're teenagers, so I think this is a very interesting question to discuss about the system that is put on us.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of pressure into teenagers to decide even the area that they wanna
Wanna work?
Yeah.
yes, that they
Study.
interested in, and we are young, like
Really?
We are
Yeah.
too young, and our brains have literally just developed. And
They are not even developed completely.
yeah,
yes, not at all.
It's a really difficult thing to do, and
it's really stressful and gives us more stress than what school already gives us.
yes.
So I don't think.
Even there are adults that start working at something and end working about something that has nothing
to do
to
with it.
do.
with the first thing. So there's like a long process to know what
Decide.
you really want to do in your life. So yes,
It's yeah, it's a really difficult thing, yeah, as Julie said, many people start a career, maybe do a year or two, and then start to do something completely different.
'Cause they don't
Because
like it.
yeah, or they don't like it, or you have to have time to experiment with the thing, like a long period of time to know what you want to do. And we are like 15, 16 years old. We are about to decide what we are going to work for the rest of our lives, and
I don't
So-
think it's fair.
yeah, I know. Like some people liked numbers and maths and stuff, and some people like the arts better. But that doesn't define what we are going to do for a living in our future. So yeah,
I also think that there's a lot of pressure considering where you're going to work as, depending if you are going to make money or not.
yeah, like
There's a lot of stereotypes about,
artistic and scientific and humanistic. Yeah,
like, you're going to have no job, and
or
you don't only have to study to work. You can study because you like studying.
you like
and-
learning things.
Yeah,
But
you
like
can-
making teenagers think about their economical future, it's like
a lot.
too much.
Yeah.
But there is something in favor of this because we are 16, we are young, we are not experimented to decide what we
Yeah.
are gonna do, but we have an idea of what we are good at and
Where
what we are not good at. So
yeah.
it's fine this situation in which we have to choose and have to decide.
It's a responsibility we have.
But the problem is that that decision is very important. So there is the pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, because
And we change all the time.
Yeah,
We're humans.
yeah.
The world changes and we change.
especially in our teenagehood, we change a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah. Something else?
Not really.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on science and technology and medicine evolving, meaning people will live longer as a consequence?
And I think that is a complicated situation because the fact that technology and medicine will progress a lot and is progressing a lot, it means that people will have to work more years. So the decision of what job to choose, it will have more pressure because you're condemning yourself to work for a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, also, if you live for longer and you work longer, that means you have longer time until you retire. So people, even though our health, physical health will
Yes.
probably, and medicine will probably evolve. So
And mental health too.
yeah, but I still think working so many years will have a negative effect on your life.
Yeah, it's natural to live to a certain point. I don't believe I don't think it's a good thing that we live longer
me
than
neither.
we do. Like it's okay to cure and for medicine to evolve, to treat the things that make people die today, such as cancer.
Or make people suffer
yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, but
But the problem
Living
in
longer.
this progress of medicine is that people live longer, but those years that people lived at in the past, they don't. They are not years that you are not tired or you don't have pain. There are more years, but not health. Like they are not expanding young era
lifetime, yeah.
of our life. They are expanding old era of our lives. I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah, because
we don't know
humans
it
get
yet.
old.
Yes.
Because it's natural to get old, so we would just live longer, being all wrinkly and ugly.
yeah, like we would be older for longer time.
we live more bad in a bed. Like, I don't want to live more to stay in a bed. I prefer to die, baby.
Even if we were healthier, I don't think I would like to work my whole life.
Yeah.
I want to have time to relax, and I want to have time to die peacefully.
So yeah, the last question was really interesting, and I believe we need to discuss it more as a society. Yeah, but let's talk about our experience being students and our hardships. If you let me, I will start.
Yes.
So these last years, in 8th and 9th grade, have been really hard for me personally and in school. So it's I don't know how to manage my time well, because I've been a really gifted child my whole life, and I don't know. It's
You're
been
really smart.
yeah, but it's really difficult for me because things are getting harder, and the things I thought I knew really well, or the things people praised me when I was little for, like knowing a lot about stuff, it's not the same now, you know? And it's getting pretty stressful because we have a lot of work to do, and I don't know how to organize myself pretty well. And also, the perks of being a teenager, especially a girl in our society, are pretty difficult if you don't tell me. Yeah. So it's not the best time of my life, definitely.
Yeah.
But especially being in really caring about your education, because I know many teenagers who don't really give a thing. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the problem in education is that teenagers or students in general, they forget about what they are doing here. Like, you go to an exam and what you worry about is to pass or to have a good mark. You don't worry about if you learn, or if that matters to your life or for you. Like, you don't care about that. You just go there to pass.
Yeah, that's
To
exactly
be good enough.
You
because
memorize things because that's the way you
get validation at school.
Yeah.
get good marks. You
And
don't.
good marks are essential for your future, you know, because if you, I don't know if essential, but they are important, and if you have strict parents or something, they are really important, your marks, and you don't really care how you get those good marks. You are like, oh, I might learn something about this, but I can just memorize it and get it off my chest, you know? So yeah, I don't like the system we have for learning, because we are not learning, we are memorizing stuff. So yeah, that's about it.
I have been having bad. I've had a lot of bad experiences at school because personal reasons, and also because being a teenager, not everyone compares yourself, but it's known that you are prone
To yeah.
comparing yourself to others, especially, I don't know, people who are better at you or something. It just
Or prettier, or I don't know,
whatever.
funnier. Yeah.
But I've noticed myself comparing myself a lot to other people who do better at school than me, and that makes me doubt myself and makes me
Insecure, maybe.
yes, And when I want to get better, I don't get better because I'm so focused on not being good enough.
Also,
We are in a. Sorry.
yeah, like with social media, it really doesn't help. And it's all really connected to our hardships as a student because social media is kind of an important, a really relevant thing in our lives. So
Yes.
that doesn't help with our self-esteem and comparing and stuff. I'm not saying that social media is the cause of all problems teenagers have, because it's not, but it also doesn't help you. Yeah.
I was saying that it's part of our age and all that we start focusing
Yes.
focusing on social life and what people think about us and what should we do to
Impress other people.
impress other people and to show a good image of
Yeah.
what we are. No,
To fit in.
yes, the image that we want others to have
Of us. Yes.
Yes.
I was thinking about what we were talking and that education system demand us to memorize and not to learn really. That I kind of understand why is that made that way, because you have to considerate people who don't want to learn and who won't learn because they don't care about nothing. So you put this system of marks so they worry about passing or having good marks and not to learning really. But I wouldn't made this system like this. I would put learning and
As a priority.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the interests of people, like they learn what they want, but
Yes.
they learn.
Talking about our education system is a pretty complicated thing, and it's cool to share our experience as students to teachers to see our point of view.
Because we're not usually heard.
Yes. Yeah, so I would like to thank my guests for.
Thank you.
So, yeah, what did you guys think about our podcast, our
I like
questions?
it.
Yeah?
I think it's cool to create this type of space in which we can
Express ourselves without
Judgment.
judgment, yes.
or with judgment, but we don't care.
And we are practicing our speaking, so that's a very good thing too. So, bye!
bensound.com.
Hi, I'm Julie, and I'm today's host of
We speak first.
Well, today I'm here with my two special guests.
Eva and Ceci.
I'm so grateful to have you today, guys. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good too. Fine. Today's topic is challenges. We know that life is full of a lot of challenges, so we're going to talk about that today.
Okay.
The first question is, what's the most challenging situation you have faced in your life?
I started skateboarding like a year ago maybe, and it was really difficult to start and get comfortable with your board and stuff. Also learning how to stand right on it, and so you don't get hurt and stuff. It's really difficult, and it's all about practice, which I wish I got to do more because I don't really have time to go out and actually practice. So yeah, I'm not very good at it, but I like to keep trying to get better and better, and also do a lot of cool tricks, but I'm not there yet.
I tried once, but I couldn't do it, so I left.
I saw you, I was there.
And my challenge, I think that it was some years ago when I was in a swim team, and when I was training, I get a lot of cramps, which like meant that I couldn't continue swimming, and I had to stop doing it for like a week and then come back. And for example, in competitions, it was the pool was full of chemicals, and which was why I couldn't stop coughing, and I think that was one of the most difficult competition that I was.
The cramp situation is pretty common in this sport, right?
Yeah, a lot.
I think swimming is one of the hardest sports. It requires a lot of like physical strength, and I actually did swimming for a very long time, and I like it. I really like swimming, but I usually got put on the highest levels, and it was too much for me, so I would ask them to put me in a lower one because I couldn't do it. It was way too much. I was out of breath every time.
The second question is, do you like taking risk? As you said, you two have tried skateboarding, right?
Yes.
So that is a risk for you. Why did you decide to take it?
Yeah, it was a risk for me because I was, and I still am, like, it's kind of scary to know that you may fall and you could really hurt yourself if you fall off your skate. Maybe you're doing a trick, you can maybe hurt your foot and all that stuff is really scary, but I do like taking risk, and I think it's good to try taking risk. Not often, but just to change things up. I know a lot of people don't because they like staying in their comfort zone, and I understand that.
Yeah, taking risks are not my favorite thing because it made me have to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm not like I don't like that. I like to be at home chilling, but when I tried swimming, it was something that I really like, and that challenge was fun for me, and swimming gave me a lot of friends, a lot of new experience, and for me, in my opinion, taking risks can change your life and you can be happier.
I agree with you that taking risk is something very important. I don't know if it's important, but trying new things.
Yeah.
But do you usually take risk or try new things?
No.
Not really, because I am lazy. I'm a very lazy person.
Yeah, me too.
But if I have the opportunity and the will to do it, I will.
Yeah, me too. It
But-
depends on what is the risk or what is the challenge.
It requires a lot of energy
Yeah.
a lot of effort because it's easy to stay in your routine and your comfort zone.
Yeah, obviously.
It's also really easy to say, yeah, I want to do this, like I want to be the best skateboarder in the world, but actually getting to that point, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, error, and just learning. You have to practice a lot
Yeah.
to get to that point.
Well, in swimming, for example, being the best, like winning something, it's really difficult because there are hundreds of swimming, and I don't think that you have to train for a lot of years, and you have to really make an effort, and you have to continue doing for a long time for it be at that point. But I don't know.
It's very interesting to see how people tend to stay in their comfort zones instead of taking risks or doing new challenges that can really change our mind and our way to think and feel. I really agree with things you have said, and I'm very grateful to hear this little part of your life.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy this.
Yeah, I really
Time
enjoyed
as I
it. Thank
did.
you so much.
How did you feel?
I liked it.
Well, see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bensound.com.
Hi, I'm Julie, and I'm going to be today's host in this episode of
We Speak First.
I'm here with.
And I.
I'm so grateful to have you today, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I'm doing just fine.
I'm fine too. Well, today we're going to start talking about nature and how to preserve it, if it's important or not, our opinions, and all that stuff. So, the first question is, why is it important to preserve our natural heritage?
Well, I think it's an absolutely important thing that everyone should do. It's like everyone's task to do to preserve our nature, because our planet is like the place we live in. So if we don't take care of it, we will not have a planet no more. We will not have a place to live in, and
It's a simple situation, right? Like, if we don't take care of our home, we won't have
a home
to live. So, it's just like a simple, right?
like, I don't know why it is so difficult for people to understand. Like, the planet is our home. We have to take care of it just as we take care of our own home. Like, we paint the walls, we clean it. We have to do the same with our planet, because we are negatively affecting it. We are contaminating it, and it's not a pretty thing to see, and that stuff.
Yeah, like we are seeing the effects of not taking care of your planet now. Like in the present, we can see how things are changing around us and how climate has changed and you can see it, and it's kind of sad, honestly, knowing that yes, there are people trying to make a change, but it's really difficult when so many people don't listen.
And like with the climate, you can see that our summers have been like much hotter, like insanely hot, not in a good way, and it's really sad to see that people don't listen and don't take this seriously when we really should, because we don't have much time to reverse the effects that we are making.
So, we agree that preserve our natural heritage is a basic requirement to keep living here
Yes.
and to keep living with
Species as a whole.
yeah. Do you think that the government should spend money on this?
Yes, absolutely. Because if the government does it, maybe
More people.
more people will do it too, and the government has money that can be spent on a lot of things, and I think nature should be one of them, and preserving the native stuff also, like the native species of plants and animals too. Like in Uruguay we have this thing called the SNAP, the SNAP, that is a thing where the government protects certain areas, and yeah, it's a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, like they protect areas that have animals and also plants from our country that they make it so people can't hunt them down because they are
Endangered.
in danger of extinction. Not now really, because they are protected, but they used to be, so that's why they got on the list. And I think it's really nice to see projects like this being made, because it shows that some people do care and want to preserve what we have as a country.
And also, the government is our authority.
Yes.
So, what the government does and what the government wants to pay attention is like the correct example
to
for
do.
us. Like
Yes,
it gives us the idea of what is the right thing to do. So, it will be nice to take care to invest in preserve our natural heritage.
Also, like like if the government does it, you should do it too, and it's important that not only governments in our country but in the whole world, because you're right, like all has fauna and flora, but we don't have the most interesting one. We like Brazil, it's like one of the most important like bigger countries with amazing animals and plants that are being treated like super bad by huge companies. So like if Uruguay can do it which we are like a small country, and I think bigger countries should do it too. I don't know.
Yeah, not only that, but like animals and plants, they and us, like we live because of each other. Like if one of us doesn't exist, well, if a plant or an animal doesn't exist, it affects the others around
We're
them.
a community.
Yeah,
we
I
are
think
like
you can say.
a big chain. Everything like a domino,
Has a place.
Yeah. Everything, the smallest change in the in the chain makes probably a negative effect. I don't know.
Related to animals, this is a quite different question, but it's related to nature and animals. But which animal do you identify the most with, and why?
I would probably think I would like to be a cat, and I don't know if other people see me as a cat, but
I do.
I don't know. I have a cat, and I love cats, and they are just the cutest, and I think I kind of relate to them because they are a little bit on the most like shy side, but
Antisocial.
yeah, very introverted. But if you get to know them, if you gain their like
Trust.
Heart.
their trust, Yes, you like they can be like super sweet with you, and I think I'm like that too. And I don't know, I love cats. They are my spirit animal.
I think you're a cat because you're really independent too, and you're really smart. And that's just like a cat. I don't know.
You're totally a cat.
I don't know what animal I am.
I don't know, but I see you like a dog or maybe a cat too, but I think as a mixture of them. But I also think that you having a dog also influences in the way I would see you. But I think you share some traits like with myself, with me. So I think you maybe would be a cat too, because of the things I said. But you're also like, I don't know, like your personality is maybe like more fun, like less serious, you know? Maybe more like a small dog, you know? I don't know.
I'm loud.
Yeah, you are.
But I just think like the saying that dogs look like their owner is true. Like I see you guys
absolutely true.
like your pets.
Yeah, I've proved it loads of times. Like seeing dogs and their owners, and they really do look alike.
They look like and they act the same too.
Yes.
I think you are just like your dog. You're like not
The one, the
brown one.
the brown one.
Like you're not dumb, but you're kind of goofy and silly.
Sometimes I am. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I have like two different moods. One that is more like I don't know, fun, dummy,
Crazy.
crazy, and the other one that is like more serious and intellectual. I can say. So I don't know what animal I am.
But I associate your dogs with you, and that's why I think you like are kind of a dog, because you are like physically similar to your dog.
I would take that as a compliment, but I'm not sure about it.
Your dog is beautiful. You are too. No, but I was just gonna say that you aren't just a dog. I think you maybe are another animal too.
Magali said once that I'm a rabbit.
Nah, I
But
don't think you're a rabbit.
no.
No.
I told you, Eva, that you have like you're physically similar to a rabbit.
I don't see it at all.
I really do.
The only thing
Yeah, like cute, like your nose, your nose.
the only thing I've been told that could compare me to a rabbit is when I was younger. One girl told me I had like bunny teeth.
No,
That's
not because
not a
of
pretty
the
thing to
teeth.
say.
No, not because of the teeth. I don't know, your face proportion. I don't know what I'm saying.
But I think you could be a little bit of a llama too. Like you have like a
Llama vibe.
Llama vibes, yes.
But if you say that she could be any animal, really.
No, but she has like llama vibes, and
You think she spits a lot?
no, I hope not. But I don't know. Yeah, like maybe a bear, maybe.
I am all animals that exist.
You're definitely not a fish, for example.
No.
I don't think.
I don't know
Anyone
anyone
is a
who's
fish.
yeah.
Ceci.
This is not like a fish.
Naga.
Ceci is
Not for
a
myself.
is a dog.
Yes, she's absolutely a golden retriever.
A beautiful dog.
Well,
Related to nature, again, this next question is related to weather and how does the weather affects your mood? Does affect your mood?
yeah, it definitely does. Especially, like if you're I have to take the bus, okay? So, and I have to walk a lot to it from school to my home. So, if it's raining, it ruins my day. I get dirty shoes and I get wet, and I hate the rain if I'm not at home. But if I am at home, like, on a weekend, I love seeing the rain. But I don't love it that much because I have breathing problems. So humidity makes my lungs like die. I don't know. It's not good for my health. Or my hair. I get like very frizzy hair with with rain. So I don't know. It does affect me and a lot. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why, but kind of automatically when it's raining, I kind of get kind of sad sometimes. I don't know why, but and yes, I like rain when I'm at home, but sometimes even your home has like
Sad vibes.
humidity
Oh
inside.
yes,
and
yes,
it's like
yes, absolutely.
sticky, and especially like
In summer.
in summer, rain
Horrible.
in summer is disgusting.
It is disgusting, but I don't know, but I think also the way that rain in movies or in songs, when people are sad and when they cry, they always relate it or compare it to a rainy day.
Yes.
So it's not just a personal thing, it's just a
global thing.
social thing that we as a society associate sadness with maybe tears and rain and
Tears falling from the sky.
And maybe if it's raining, you have to stay in your house, so alone, apart from your friends and other people. So that's maybe related to sadness. But in my case, weather affects my mood too. Sometimes I feel like an old lady that talks about the weather and the beautiful day. There is, look at that sunshine. But it's true. I don't know.
I also think that it's particularly in our country that the weather changes like a lot because like I know like in other countries they have like just summer, pure summer, no rain ever. Or like in Uruguay you can wake up, it's sunny, and then it's like the afternoon and it's raining, like pouring rain. So the weather changes a lot. I don't know it's like our location in the map, but it varies a lot, and also not just the weather but like the temperature changes a lot, and it's also related to climate change, like we were talking earlier. And yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you don't have anything to add, do you have anything?
That's about it.
Well, I think this is very interesting, talking about nature, that is important to preserve it to future generations too.
Yes.
And yeah, I hope you enjoy this.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You're welcome. So see you next episode.
Bye.
bensound.com.
Hi, I'm Eva, and I'm going to be today's host for the 5th episode of
We Speak First!
So today I am joined with two of my closest friends, Ignacio and Julie.
Hi.
What have you guys been up to? Have you done anything exciting lately?
No.
I'm so tired. I wanna to go to my house. But I'm fine. It's part of life.
I'll get by. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm excited to start chatting with you guys. So, as we know, technology is something we live with every day, and we're surrounded by it, and yeah, it's just really important for us. It's today's topic, actually. Technology and innovations. So to clear things up and to start everything off, what do you guys think technology is?
I think technology is not the material the product is made of, because it was there before us. It's the thing humans make with that material to solve a problem that they had.
Yeah, I think technology has been there since the humanity begins. Like you said, it's the thing we do with the things we have. Like fire, for example, we had fire, we discovered fire, and we use it to cook, for example. And I think it has been there since then to nowadays. Like you, Ivanna, said, like we are surrounded by technology, like cell phones, televisions, cars.
So talking about discoveries, how have these changed or impacted our society?
Well, I think that without the discoveries we have nowadays, we couldn't be here, for example, in this house and talking to this microphone.
We couldn't live the way we live.
Exactly. And I think these discoveries are very important for us, like breathing, for example.
Yeah, in the social aspect, it affects a lot too. In history, new industrial products has changed the way we live in our house, in our day. To talk about something we are very used to, cell phones, computers, TVs, have changed the way we live, like a lot. The way we
Yeah, like
connect to others.
Socialize.
The way we
Yeah.
communicate.
when our parents were childs like us, they didn't have the same things we have. Like, we have cell phones, they didn't. They play with, I don't know, a ball in a stick, for example.
Childhood is changing a lot.
Yeah, so it's clear that it's pretty hard to think of a world without technology. It's kind of impossible, actually.
Yeah.
So you guys have mentioned inventions and advances that have actually helped us and benefited us through history, but could these be dangerous in some way?
Yeah.
Technology can be dangerous if it uses it in the wrong way. Like, we discovered nuclear energy and we use it to power things up. But we also use it to make weaponry, like the atomic bomb, for example. And it was a good thing we had that we use it in a dangerous way to hurt other people.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think humanity should learn about their mistakes, because create technology to solve necessities that are not good, that has as a result a product that it will affect in a negative way our species.
Okay, so wrapping up, we've talked a lot about technology and we could keep talking about it, but this podcast would be too long. So I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to be here and talk to me about this topic. It was really fun to hear your guys' opinions on all of this. So, how do you feel?
Well, first I want to thank you for inviting us to this episode.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I think it was, like you said, a very interesting topic and a very fun one too.
I really enjoy this. So that's all the time we have for today. So we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bensound.com.
Hi, I am Eva and I'm going to be today's host for the 6th episode of
We Speak First!
So today I am joined with two very special guests, Dai and Ceci.
Hi!
Hi.
So how have your guys' week been? Anything exciting you'd like to tell me?
Yes. So on Saturday I went bowling with my friends and it was really great.
And I went to my friend's house and we just watched movies and we had so much fun.
So speaking about fun and entertainment, let's talk about what your favorite type of entertainment is.
Well, as I said before, I really like watching movies and I really enjoy watching movies, but I don't really know much about it. Like most of the time I watch movies where the ones Daira recommends me because she has a lot of knowledge about them and I don't.
So as Ceci said, you have a lot of knowledge about movies and I know you really like them, but what do you like so much about them?
I don't know, I just find the whole filmmaking process fascinating because directors put so much of their being into these movies. Just they can express themselves so greatly. I don't know how to explain it. And now that I'm learning about making movies, it has really like changed my point of view from spectator to creator.
That's amazing.
Actually. And I've come to realize that it's not just the director that makes the whole thing come together. It's just also like the screenwriter and the photographer and the sound engineer and that kind of stuff. And for example, the most iconic scenes in movies have a really really great like score. The Titanic, the scene with Jack and Rose. We all know that scene.
Yes.
I never ever watched the Titanic, but I know the whole song.
Yeah, exactly.
And like with Star Wars 2, I never watched the Star Wars saga to be honest, but we all know the little song theme, and yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm a really big fan of Star Wars and I love the saga, but like talking about music and that stuff, that is one of my other things that I like doing, spending time. For example, one of my favorite singer is Zayn, that is a former member of the British boy band One Direction, that I really don't like the band, but although he has been a member of the band, his style of music has changed through time a lot, and that's why I like him.
And I think he makes pop music, right?
Right.
So would you say that that's your favorite music genre?
One of it, but because like I really like rap too, and maybe a little bit of rock, but yeah, it's true that I like pop.
And what's your favorite music genre?
I like a little bit of everything, like jazz, hip hop, rap, rock, of course. Recently, I got a soft spot for 90s grunge rock movement. So yeah, I really liked it.
That's amazing.
And what do you think you like so much about like older music? Because like, do you find yourself being more into older songs rather than more mainstream or more modern music?
Like, it's not that I'm like, oh yeah, Nick and stuff, but I find it the music that they made back then, like, Radiohead and Blur and Nirvana and that stuff, they weren't super, like Nirvana for example, they were mainstream, but they weren't the type of mainstream music they make now. It's like pure rock. And it's crazy how the concept of mainstream has changed, because now thanks to technology, lots of like bands can be known, or they can recreate other stuff. I loved rock music.
Yes, like in the 90s, it were the beginning of rap and hip hop too. So in those songs, like, show us the true essence of those like music types.
Like, Tupac and Biggie were a huge influence on like mainstream artists nowadays, like Travis Scott or like, I don't know, Tyler the Creator and stuff.
I personally don't think they are as mainstream as other creators like maybe Harry Styles or Olivia Rodrigo that are much bigger compared to them.
Yeah, but you know that Harry Styles and Olivia Rodrigo are like industry plants. They were made for mainstream, for a specific type of public, like teens, especially like teen girls. I don't know, I think the industry plant thing is a pretty new concept. Like Britney Spears was also like one of the first like industry plants.
That's true. But like, as you said, Harry Styles and Olivia Rodrigo are implanted on like the teenager society and those things like trends on, I don't know, Instagram, TikTok and those places. But I think that Harry Styles and Olivia Rodrigo are going to inspire another artist in the future, and they are changing the music right now as they were doing another artist in the 90s.
Yes, I think they are like a big influence on teenagers, but they don't have as much freedom, as much creative freedom as other artists. More independent artists, that's the thing with being mainstream and commercial. You have to follow certain trends and rules and stuff. So
it's really interesting to see how mainstream media and mainstream music has changed through the years. So I think that's a wrap. Thank you guys for being here and talking about this.
Thank you.
Guys enjoy this topic?
Yes, I wish we had more time to discuss this.
Yeah, I think the same. Like, this is a topic that we can speak and speak a lot of hours.
Yeah, I personally find it really interesting too. But it's time to leave. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Bensound.com.
Today's host for this very special episode of
We Speak First!
So Today I am joined with everyone. Actually, I'm with Julie, Ignacio, Daira, and Cecilia.
Hi.
So, anything exciting that has been happening lately? Anything you'd like to tell us?
Actually, yes. In our class we started a project using
Bottle
bottle caps to make art, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, it took a very long time. Actually, well, not that long, but
But a lot of effort.
yeah, and everyone had to work on it.
Yes.
So while doing this project, we started thinking about recycling, the importance of it, mostly who does the responsibility of taking care of our planet rely on. So, what do you guys think about this?
Well, I think this relies on the people, because if each of the human beings that live in the planet do something to take care of the planet, we as a group can make a big difference. Also, if all of us start thinking about this and do something, companies and the government, for example, will have to adapt to this situation and start doing things also.
Yeah.
Well, I personally think that the government should impose laws that promote recycling, making the population commit to this, and these laws will force people to raise awareness and intensify the recycling.
Yeah, I agree with you absolutely, but I think that recycling, although the government puts makes these rules and stuff, if we don't have access to trash bins where we can separate the materials that we are going to recycle, it's not that easy, or not as easy as it seems. For example, many people don't have just have the normal trash cans where they put everything in, and they don't separate the stuff like food and plastics and stuff. It's all mixed up, and the separated trash cans are only at certain points, such as supermarkets,
Yeah.
or I don't know, far away from their homes, not that far, but a little far.
Not everyone can recycle.
Exactly, it's not as easy as it seems.
Yeah.
Maybe in Uruguay compared to other countries, we are a little behind the recycling thing. So yeah, that's important, and really important thing that the government has to get involved with.
Yeah, make it more accessible.
I agree that the government has a lot to do with the situation and the people also, as Nacho says. But I think that the bigger responsibility is on the big companies, because they are the ones who do the most waste in the environment,
for sure.
and that it makes a big damage. So they're the ones who decide what to do with all that trash. So for me, they're the ones who have the bigger responsibility.
Also, what Ceci said, those rules and laws that the government applies, they may be more beneficial when applied to big companies and controlling those big companies than these rules directed
The
at
population,
people.
yeah.
Exactly.
Also, with companies I think that when they have big wastes, like Julie said, it's because they do it to when they do something to us, like food, for example, they make great wastes,
You try to say that the product they made is thought to attract us,
Yes.
the public,
if we don't,
the consumers.
if we didn't consume as much as we do, for example, big companies won't have that big waste, like you said.
Yes, like if a production is like with lower production cost, it makes more beneficial, and they I don't know, they have more money.
Yeah, that's why they use these materials that maybe they're worse to the contamination, like the pollution of the plastic pollution is worse than I don't know,
Other types.
Yeah.
but it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can say it's a responsibility of all
Of everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yes,
yeah.
it's
Everyone
complicated.
should.
companies,
Make a change.
government,
Everyone should.
people.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can. It's easy to put the responsibility on everyone else, but you also have to
Yes.
be mindful and actually make a change.
But you know, as humans, we are like super lazy and a little dumb. So if we don't get stimulated by someone, we don't do things. So if the government had more recycling campaigns, or not more but better, more convincing recycling and environmental campaigns, like to raise awareness, we would, I think that like society would do like more, would recycle more, or at least try to, but campaigns cannot work without a place to put the trash in, so yeah.
But what I personally notice is that these campaigns are usually targeted towards younger people, when I think adults should also be brought up in the situation, because they're the ones that can make a change today.
Yeah, but I understand why these companies usually target their speeches or their like projects to kids and teenagers, and because it's a public that hasn't built at all their lives and their routines, their habits, their way of thinking, so it's easier to make them understand all this problematic, so they can make a change in a easier way than if you like target to older public, like adults, because they have already a way of life and all that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
They
like-
aren't as flexible as younger people are.
Well, yeah, I believe that teenagers are prone to adapt more easily to this because campaigns were made for them, like you said. But if we also focus the campaigns into adult people or old people also, they will adapt to this as fast as teenagers do.
They just have to try to change. But
I don't know, because I don't think like adults and old people are like not as flexible, but they are not as conscious as
because
teenagers
they don't
and
have
kids.
the knowledge.
They
don't know.
maybe it's
anything.
because they
They
aren't
haven't been
as
exposed as well,
yeah,
for
it's
example.
probably
Yes.
because they aren't as exposed, as educated in the topic as we are.
But maybe that's because of the campaigns, because like I
They
said,
are for
they
kids.
are most
Yes.
usually targeted towards teens.
Yes.
But I think in general there are a lot of people like not only adults, teenagers also, that they are like into their problems and their lives, their day-to-day complications that make this effort harder.
Yes, as we said before, it's not easy to recycle. Like, you know, being an adult is very stressful. Being a teenager is stressful too, but if you put a little working, changing stuff, separating your trash, it's not as difficult, and it's do something that's good for the planet.
But like being an adult is it could be hard, but this won't take a lot of time to do a difference. With a little bit of help, you can
you
do it.
don't have to do a lot.
So, as teens, we really can't do that much other than raise awareness and maybe tell our peers, parents about it. But maybe when we grow up, we will have much more freedom, maybe, but much more responsibility. And we'll be able to actually make a difference.
Yes, I think the same, but well, if I were an adult, I will try to, I don't know, maybe reduce my use of plastic and try to recycle as much as possible. Though I will also think that in the future, all this like stuff of recycling and maybe in the supermarkets and in other places, it would be easier than now.
In my case, I have been taking care of Earth since I was a little child, so I think I'll keep going doing what I'm doing. So till I can't because I'm physically unable to do it, or I that's what I think I would do.
Yeah, if I were an adult now, I think I would like to do something about this problematic, like recycle the waste of my home, and separate the trash by the different materials, and try to buy products that are not packaged with plastic. But I don't know if I will have the energy to do all that because of the stress life of an adult.
Yes.
And all that situation that I don't know how I will feel and how I will live. So I don't know, but I would like to.
Yeah, me too. I would also try to reduce my plastic use and recycle. I will probably try to thrift clothes, second hand, because they are cheaper also. And yeah, I don't know. I think I would take the time to do these activities. Although I would probably be stressed and tired, I will try to take the time to do this kind of stuff.
Definitely, and for me, like Nacho said, I've been taking care of the planet and recycling. I don't know, ever since I remember, because my family really cares about it. So I just keep doing that, and as Daira said, I will buy second-hand clothes, try to maybe even support local businesses more, and just stuff that I already do, but maybe do it much more. So sadly, we have no time left for today. It's been really interesting to see everyone's point of view on this, since it's such a talked topic. So sadly, we have no time left for today, but it was really interesting hearing everyone's thoughts, and considering this is the last episode of the podcast, I hope it was as interesting to everyone else who listened. Yeah, that's it. We're so grateful that if anyone took the time to listen to us and what we had to say. So we'll see you guys someday.
Bye.
Bensound.com